back-to-back Corrins for the Judheir as well, as I believe Kayani was playing Corrin in the matchup. In the winter semis.
Yeah, and I just feel like that this is just, the advantage still goes over the Steve in this matchup, but this is just much better for Suspect than going with Kazuya, just because you're going to have to use your body to get through the blocks. And with your mobility, it's not going to be as easy to get through the block. But speaking of mobility, that up special doing an amazing job here and just racking up the damage. The Suspect so far had an early advantage.
Yeah, with the Corrin, Suspect's going to have a lot easier time dealing with these blocks, dealing with the range, the reach of Steve, and sort of outpacing that with things like Needle and these, especially the projectile. So it's as the meta, the anti-Steve meta has developed, Corrin has really settled in into one of those characters that has the tools required to really mess with this character.
Absolutely, and as you can see right now, just advantage going over to Suspect is understanding the wing condition here and just trying to stay in Steve's face. It has the distance to get past the rock, but what's this? That up smash, and just like that, that lead evaporated with that up smash and using the extension, but there goes Suspect making the comeback there. Now we're back to being even. The crowd goes wild here, going for Suspect.
Wasting absolutely no time. Needle from the Angel platform is all it takes, and we're back to 2 stocks apiece. Looking at this now, Judheir is doing a great job of acquiring resources and holding on to them. A little bit low on iron, but looking to walk the dragon here on Suspect.
That's the name of the game here. If you're Judheir, you just want to try and get as much resources as possible here. And you can do that by building those walls and just taking the time and getting those resources, or just taking Suspect and putting him at a disadvantaged state or off stage.
Man's built a contraption. He's built a thingamajig to try and trap Suspect in at least 1 or 3 different options. And Suspect is just going to hang on the ledge and not fall for any of them.
Absolutely. And you see Suspect just slowly getting back in, using that disjoint to try and break through those blocks to try to get the speed. Finally got over to Judheir, and we'll see what happens here with the extensions. Go for the back air. Back air bounces off the block. And that shield is looking like a skittle. You have to be careful there if you are Judheir.
Goes for down smash. Instead is met with the F smash, but doesn't get the little chainsaw thing. Instead, it'll be the falling up air to take the second stock off Judheir. And Suspect's doing a fantastic job so far of just keeping Judheir in that mid-range pocket that we are coming to realize is sort of a big weakness of Steve's. But now with Judheir having Diamond online, everything is a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, everything is going to be a lot more dangerous. You have to be careful and move a little different here if you are a Suspect, but nonetheless, just try to get in there. Now you're in there, just racking up the damage here. Oh, here comes the cart. You got to be careful of that cart, but again, you see that Diamond. What is Judheir going to do with it? We don't know, but so far, the advantage going over the Suspect and just building that lead. He's at 167%, so almost anything can just take that life away. Have to be careful if you are a Suspect, but just try to get as much extra credit as you can. Pin them down, almost out. But Judheir able to make it back, but is that enough? That is enough, and that's going to be the first game going over to Suspect.
Rev up them chainsaws, because that's all it took. Rolls behind him, lets that up smash, lets that F smash, do its thing, and my gosh, what a disgusting angle, too, that up and away, because I would think the F smash would just be like straight horizontal. There was enough verticality to it that really surprised me.
Yeah, just enough to take that stock and take the game. Suspect sitting pretty near it right now. Corrin looking like the excellent choice so far. When you are a player that has 2 characters where you're top 10 in the world and considerably, you have 2 options to pick, and so far he's picking the right one. And interesting choice here. We're going to Final Destination. Kind of surprised this wasn't stricken from Judheir.
Well, Judheir has shown in like the Boku matchups as well to really just prefer this stage. So like this could just be a comfort pick for Judheir, not knowing that Suspect is more than happy to give him a stage with no platforms to build your ceilings on easily. Instead, just gonna go do what Corrins do, down tilt back there at ledge.
Absolutely. Well, as you said, he's happy with this stage. I'm not sure if we're going back there for a game 3. We'll see. But that back there taking that first stock. Suspect sitting pretty. And this, I'm going to say, I don't know if this was the right stage choice for Judheir. So far, we got to keep it moving, man. All back up top. Game ain't over.
No, not over in the slightest. All really Judheir needs is some diamonds, some just the right resources, and they can still find a way back in this game. They have a gold minecart online, so that's going to do a bit more damage, and have stone tools now, but still Suspect is keeping up the pressure at ledge with these big areas.
Suspect looks like he's got this matchup down pretty well here. Maybe it's just a couple, 3 times or many times he's gone against other teams. We have so many here in Michigan. But what's this? Taking that second stock here. Suspect 1 stock away from taking this to a game 3 and up 2-0.
Gets hit by Minecart, and wow, the pin getting caught by Anvil. That's a tough one. You think you'd have so much confidence in that recovery, as now we see Judheir off to the races again and sending him back down to earth.
Yeah, sending him back down to earth. But if you're Suspect, you want to take this back to the character selection screen up 2-0. And that is looking like a possibility. But Judheir, again, you have resources available to you here, and you can keep building. With a character like Steve, like it's never over until it's over.
Exactly. With 5 minutes remaining on the clock, it's curious why Judheir isn't just trying to slow the game down. When you have 1 stock and half a resource bar and no diamond, it's really just curious why you're still trying to push the advantage in some way, especially against a player of Suspect's caliber.
Speaking of advantage, we are back in neutral, so the advantage state that Suspect did have over on the ledge a few seconds ago has evaporated, but that doesn't matter. What's this? Not quite done yet. He's got him over to the far left side. See him just trying to pin him down. Oh, that jab. Oh my gosh. At 127%, you have very little options here. Oh no! If you are Judheir, you have potentially 1 game left before you being sent over to losing. The Suspect having 1 more game before going over to grand finals.
Wow. After the back and forth matches we've seen Judheir go through to get to this point, just 0-2 to the Corrin is really a stark reminder that there are levels to this. Like there's an echelon that you gotta really fight to break through, because there's a knowledge check that Suspect has that Judheir just is really struggling to find a way around, as we're going back to Final Destination.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
After game 2 was even shorter than game 1, but Judheir kind of shut me up for the time being.
For the time being, but I don't know. I still don't think this was a good stage. But either way, nonetheless, we still have to play the game. And you see, speaking of levels to this, he's taking them on levels through the blocks, Stairway to Heaven. Not quite enough yet. Oh my gosh, and that is going to take the shot. Not able to tech that and bounce off the stage. So the advantage is going over to Judheir right now. But it looks like it may only be temporarily, because Suspect is continuing the onslaught that he took over from game 2 into game 3.
It seems like game 3 Judheir has this new lease on life. With his back against the wall, he seems to play unlock that next level that we've seen against both the reverse 3-0s so far today. But Suspect wants to put an end to that kind of momentum right here, right now.
Yeah, Suspect doing a good job. And speaking of that back air was able to take that stock here, even in stock. Corrin just trying to get into Steve here, but let's see. What's this? Dash attack had him at a disadvantage. Corrin able to safely get back in. Suspect going in with the neutral airs. Here comes the juggles. Oh, not quite. Judheir able to get out of it. Now Judheir has Suspect at a disadvantage temporarily.
That disadvantage game still playing in Suspect's favor after that grab. How is he gonna still showing promise and being pressured at ledge? Although Judheir is doing a good job of sort of fighting back and getting back to the stage, and now gonna upgrade some tools and get some more resources.
All right, he's got more resources, but is it too little too late? We will see. You see he has him at a disadvantage now. Judheir just trying to, there it is. That's gonna take the second stock here. Now, again, the stage here, interesting choice, but Judheir looking pretty good here, a lot better than game 2, and has the advantage in stock and could potentially take this to a game 4 if Judheir can keep this up.
It's more of what we saw against the likes of Boku, that now that Judheir has inventory and has a diamond in the back pocket, is playing with a newfound confidence that we haven't seen in games 1 and 2, and now has Suspect on the back foot. Off the backboard, though, going to stay in bounds.
Yep, going to stay in bounds. As you can see, Corrin just at 131%. That is going to do it and take that second stop. But you're at 119%, so you still have to be careful.
Okay. About to say, very good job on Suspect for denying the... Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's tough. It was a good idea to Suspect a new kind of technique we're starting to see from players, is sort of body blocking the Steves when they come down from Angel platform, to keep them away from their crafting table in any way, shape, or form, to stop from them getting an upgrade right off the jump. Make them fight with the wood tools for at least a little bit. And unfortunately, Suspect had the right idea, but had too high percent to really keep Judheir away.
Yep, so close there, but Judheir is going to take it, and now we're going off of Final Destination, going into Pokemon Stadium too, so we're going to have the platforms that normally give Steve an advantage. But maybe Suspect figured something out just because losing that game, he didn't want to go back to Final Destination for whatever reason he has. But, we're going into Game 4 now, we're going to Pokemon Stadium too.
Yeah, I think it just feels like Judheir kind of flipped a switch and activated another gear, like in that Game 3, that we're starting to see turn its head again in this Game 4. Is Judheir just like the king of reverse 3-0s here today?
Gosh, I don't know. I'm trying not to be biased. So
I mean, he's certainly playing like it,
here. Yeah, he is playing like it. He's just off to a very amazing start here right now, just racking up the damage. He's just starting to slowly get the resources. Has that wall up. It's going to make it hard for Suspect to get in and try to punish. Oh my gosh, that shield looking like a Skittle so close.
It did so much shield damage. It's nuts. The fact that it still just does that and then roll in. Still, he's surviving well, but he's not being able to put any pressure of his own onto Judheir, so Suspect is still falling further and further behind in percents.
Falling further behind in percent at 130%. That's a lot to come back from, but if anyone can come back from that, it is going to be Suspect. But let's see, you got him in the minecart. Yeah, that's going to be that up smash. He's going to definitely take the first stock there.
He could have laid down, took a nap, woken up, gone to McDonald's, came back, and still had enough time to land that up smash. My goodness.
Oh, wow. When you see the whiff on the jab and then the whiff off the whiff with the throw, not able to get it for either side here. But still, Judheir looking much better in this game.
This is hurting, and this is a lot of damage directly to Suspect's face.
Oh, my goodness. What happened?
Shoots the gap.
Shoots the gap, almost missed, but
and then still gets up in the minecart, and that's gonna be wow. He makes it back. Sorry.
He slowly was able to come back. That I'll admit though, that did look pretty bad. There was a chance he couldn't have made it, but nonetheless, Suspect is back on. But man, you have to try to figure out how to take this stock. Able to take it with the back air, but man, at 150%, you want to try and get as much back as possible because Judheir has a lot of extra credit on him right now.
Still, Judheir, though, he did a great job of doing what we said earlier, of denying Judheir that initial upgrade from crafting tables. So it's only now he's able to get 41% without having to deal with diamond tools. But at 148, anything he hits you with is going to pack a wallop.
Absolutely, and just like that, speaking of, that is going to take the second stock here for Suspect. We could potentially be going to a Game 5. If you are Suspect, you have to try and make an adjustment and make that right now. Oh, there goes the jab attack.
Yeah, you got to really make the most of this advantage state and can't let Judheir get a lot of resources here. Every grab is going to be really painful.
Well, I'll say the next 2 minutes here are going to be very important for both our players here because Suspect can move over the grand finals. If he can just win neutral, take advantage, and take this last stock while just having about 18 to 30% in damage, you can make this even. But if you are Judheir, you want to try and get as much extra credit as you can to send this to a Game 5 and send a message.
Oh, yes, so now a second backup diamond. Not what you're looking for if you're Suspect, because you got to deal with it again. Don't be holding in. Oh, smash, that does a lot of damage, and you still haven't taken Judheir's second stock until now.
All right, finally able to take that second stock. Not the game. We have 102% disadvantage here. That should be enough. Oh, that's up. Oh my gosh, still at a disadvantage here. And if you are Judheir, you have your resources. You're just trying to build slowly but surely. You got the walls as well. This is not looking good for Suspect. Suspect has to make an adjustment fast.
That's the tough part, is that everything clanks, and just like that, it's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Just drop Anvil, and there's nothing they can do. They have to eat the back air. And just like that, Judheir from the brink brings us to Game 5, 1 game away from going to grand finals over Suspect.
1 game away, but it is a Game 5, and Suspect does get to pick the stage. That's the advantage you take. Excuse me. That's the advantage you take when you go up 2-0. But where will Suspect go? This is going to be very important. Looks like we're going back to Pokemon Stadium too. All right, we'll see now if Suspect figured something out. But otherwise, we could be looking at a reverse 3-0 for Judheir. Which would be pretty unfortunate if you are a Suspect. But nonetheless, we're going over to Game 5. This is a winner takes all. It goes over to grand finals for losers. The loser will be sent to losers.
Oh,
But it's
good
gonna be
heavens.
over.
Yeah, the loser is going to have to fight his way back to Grands. Suspect doesn't want to have to do that. Wants to guarantee Grands right here, right now, but at 66% to 9, it's already looking tough. You've fallen behind quite a bit here. And more of what I said earlier, the fact that no matter what, it seems to always trade in the Steve. Like aerials with Steve always just seem to trade because of the disjoints, and it seems impossible to really put any kind of pressure on him in cases like this.
Absolutely, man. It just feels like Judheir may have figured something out at the game, dude, because ever since game 2, he's just been a different player. And as you can see right now, just using the advantage state right now, just building the walls and getting the minerals. You see Suspect just trying to make his way in, but there goes the cart, mine cart. It's going to slow things down here for Suspect.
It's been a completely different timing thing, and a very good timing mix-up from Judheir that he seems to always have Suspect like either a half step behind or just mixed up just ever so slightly to able to punish it consistently. And now it has Suspect kind of flailing here as he has diamond tools in hand.
Yeah, you got the diamond, which is not what you want if you are Suspect, but Judheir again just maybe pulling off what we didn't think was possible, which is going to be the reverse PO here on Suspect. And you see Suspect is trying to get back in, but still just at 41%. Judheir has a long way to go potentially before losing that stock. And Judheir just racking up the extra credit. This is not what you want if you are Suspect.
This is a tough place because with 3 stocks, essentially, Judheir is snowballed entirely. 2 diamond on hand, diamond in the pocket, gold, and a little bit of iron, and still 3 stocks. That's a great place to sit if you're a Steve.
It is a great place to sit if you are a Steve. But one place you do want to sit if you're a Suspect is on the ground and winning advantage here against Judheir, which is again going to be tough, but you see he is trying. He does have the blocks gone, so he does have a way in if he wants it. What will he do if he does decide to go with the backers? Gonna get rid of that block. Oh, that should be it. Slowly getting back onto the stage and taking advantage of that. Suspect's gonna take advantage and use that up air to take that stock. I mean, we're close to even.
Yeah, very, very close. The down air, though, coming out. And you see again, when in doubt, Anvil out of there.
Yeah, that angle is going to be a problem. It's been a problem because one thing it'll do is it'll either turn that shield into a skittle or evaporate it, or once you do that, he can take advantage of it and rack up another attack and damage and just potentially take the stock. That anvil is a problem. It has been a problem these last 2 games here. There it is.
Everybody
Almost taking that shield.
Yeah, everybody likes to talk about just the damage and the power behind Diamondback, but not a lot of people talk about the effects of the shield stun that it does. Even when you shield it, you're stuck there for long enough that your opponent can really think and evaluate how you react every single time. And it's really it's a big difference maker for Steves like Judheir as the set goes to game 5.
Yeah, as the set goes to game 5, we are in game 5. Man, oh my gosh. Uh-oh, West is the pin down. He does have him at a disadvantage, but Judheir able to safely get back on and take the advantage right back, and he's just starting to build more minerals even more now. You see, just getting back onto the stage. Oh my goodness, that almost took it at 155%. You gotta be careful here if you are a Suspect. And you still have 2 stocks left, so this isn't over if he takes it. But
oh my, he's just
again,
so menacing there. He's just. All I could focus was him just full hop back airing time and time again, and it's one of the scariest things to see if you're Suspect.
Ooh, with the punish there, that would have been amazing for Judheir. But Suspect staring death in the eye was able to avoid it. Well, just trying to get back onto the stage here. Oh, that anvil could have been dangerous. Tried to go for a couple back airs, missed both the back airs. Judheir trying to go for the throw, but the back air's gonna connect there, and Suspect is gonna take the lead.
Guys, gals, and enemy pals, when you are studying the Steve, how to fight Steve matchup, or you are playing Corrin, or want to look at anything about spacing, that is the moment, that is the stock to look at. Suspect spacing around Diamond back air throughout that entire second stock was impeccable, but it would be such a waste for all of a sudden all of this to crumble after losing the second stock. Now is 56 and climbing.
Oh my gosh, 91 and climbing. It hasn't stopped. Are we going to be looking at a JV2 stock? I hope not. Suspect able to get back onto the stage. It just takes one time just to rack up a little bit of damage here, just to get a little bit of momentum, but all the momentum is on Judheir's side right now.
106 in unanswered damage. Only now does Suspect finally get to play, and it's a little too late, because just like that, like a Looney Tunes character, the anvil lands on his head, and Judheir is going to Grands.
Judheir is going to Grands. The Suspect's run will continue, but it's going to have to continue in losers. Where Suspect will, I believe, have to face, who's it, Judheir?
Judheir. So that sets up a potential Judheir Grand Final, but we'll have to see, does Boku have it in him to defeat the Beast twice?
All right, Boku's coming up next against Judheir, and we saw this. Boku was able to win Game 5 against Judheir. Judheir looking for the run back here. We'll see